Some cars are fast, some are beautiful, and some are luxurious, but very few are all three at once. The 2026 Aston Martin Vantage exists in that rare space where power meets precision and craftsmanship meets attitude. This is not just another sports car release. This is Aston Martin reminding the world who they are. What's up everyone, subscribe my channel. Today we're stepping into a world where elegance meets controlled aggression, where British craftsmanship shakes hands with raw performance, and where every curve tells a story of obsession, precision, and luxury. This is not just a car video, this is an experience. This is the 2026 Aston Martin Vantage, and if you think you already know what the Vantage is, stay with me, because this one rewrites the rules. From the very first glance, the 2026 Aston Martin doesn't ask for attention, it commands it. The stance is wider, lower, and more purposeful than ever before, like a predator that knows exactly how fast it can strike. Aston Martin designers didn't chase trends here, they refined an identity. The front end feels sharper, more aggressive, yet unmistakably Aston. The grille looks like it's inhaling the road ahead. The headlights are slimmer and more intelligent, and every surface feels sculpted by airflow rather than just aesthetics. This is beauty shaped by speed. Walk around the car and you start noticing the details that separate expensive from truly elite. The body lines are clean, but muscular, flowing seamlessly from front to rear. The proportions are near perfect, with a long hood that reminds you there's something serious living underneath, and the short, tight rear that hints at agility. The wheels fill the arches with confidence, and the brakes behind them aren't just functional, they're statements of performance engineering. Even standing still, the 2026 Aston Martin looks fast, like it's already halfway down the road. Now let's talk about what's under that hood, because this is where the Vantage earns its name. Aston Martin didn't hold back. The engine feels like a declaration of intent, delivering brutal power with refined control. When you press the start button, the sound isn't just loud, it's expensive. It's deep, mechanical, and emotional, the kind of sound that reminds you why combustion engines still matter. Every throttle input feels immediate, every rev climbs with purpose, and the exhaust note evolves as the speed builds, turning into a symphony that's impossible to ignore. Acceleration in the 2026 Aston Martin is not just fast, it's dramatic. The car doesn't lunge forward chaotically, it surges with confidence, pinning you to the seat while maintaining absolute composure. The balance between raw power and chassis control is where Aston Martin truly shines. This is a car that feels alive, communicating through the steering, the suspension, and even the seat beneath you. You don't just drive it, you connect with it. Handling is sharper than ever. Aston Martin has clearly spent countless hours refining the suspension and steering response. The car feels planted through corners, with minimal body roll and maximum confidence. Whether you're carving through mountain roads or cruising at high speed on the highway, the Vantage adapts effortlessly. It's comfortable when you want it to be, aggressive when you demand it, and always composed. This dual personality is what makes it so special. Step inside, and the mood shifts from adrenaline to indulgence. The interior of the 2026 Aston Martin is where luxury becomes personal. Every surface feels intentional. The leather is soft, rich, and perfectly stitched. The kind you don't just see, you feel. The materials aren't flashy for the sake of attention. They're tasteful, understated, and premium in the most confident way possible. This is craftsmanship that doesn't need to shout. The cockpit is driver-focused, wrapping around you in a way that makes everything feel within reach. The steering wheel feels perfectly weighted in your hands, the controls are intuitive, and the digital displays are sharp, modern, and elegant. Aston Martin has struck a beautiful balance between technology and tradition. You get all the modern features you expect, connectivity, navigation, advanced driver assistance, but none of it overwhelms the driving experience. The car still feels mechanical, still feels real. Even the smallest details matter here. The way the buttons click, the way the screens respond, the way the seats hold you during aggressive driving, it all adds up to an experience that feels carefully engineered rather than mass-produced. This is not an interior designed by committee. This is an interior designed by people who love cars. And let's talk about exclusivity, because owning a Vantage isn't just about performance or luxury, it's about identity. This is not a car you see at every stoplight. It's a car that turns heads quietly, drawing attention from people who truly appreciate automotive excellence. It's for drivers who want something more personal than the usual supercar choices, something with character, heritage, and soul. On the road, the 2026 Aston Martin Vantage feels like a statement of confidence. It doesn't need to prove itself with gimmicks or exaggerated features. It knows exactly what it is. It's fast, it's refined, and it's unapologetically Aston Martin. Every drive feels special, even the short ones. Even mundane trips feel elevated, transformed into moments you actually look forward to. This car represents more than just a new model year. It represents Aston Martin's vision for the future, a future where performance doesn't sacrifice beauty, where technology doesn't erase emotion, and where luxury still feels human. The 2026 Aston Martin Vantage is proof that a sports car can be thrilling without being exhausting, luxurious without being boring, and powerful without being intimidating. So, if you're someone who values design, performance, and craftsmanship equally, the 2026 Aston Martin Vantage might just be the perfect expression of all three. It's not just about how fast it goes or how sharp it looks, it's about how it makes you feel every time you approach it, every time you start it, and every time you drive away.